Welcome citizens. In this video we'll be taking a look at the MISC Reliant Tana. We'll be going over the stats of the ship, looking at its standard loadout, and giving our thoughts on the ship's uses and possible upgrades. As with all things Star Citizen, keep in mind that specific details of the ship could and probably will change over time as the game's development progresses. The Tana is a MISC Reliant variant that was designed as a skirmish fighter. On the outside, it features double the amount of guns seen on the other Reliant variants, and also houses two large capacity missile launchers in the wings. Inside, it trades in the core's cargo hold for a pair of beds, a gun rack, and an armour storage. Aesthetically, the Tana uses the same hull model as the core, except with an olive green drab paint job and gimbaled weapon mounts on each wingtip. The Tana is fairly big for a light fighter, but it does benefit from the Reliant's bubble cockpit and gives the pilot a fairly unrestricted view of the surroundings. The Tana's thrusters can propel the ship to an optimal speed of 166 meters per second and a top cruise speed of 1,150 meters per second, making it one of the slowest light fighters in the verse. The Tana's manoeuvrability is also an issue, considering its combat-focused role, with pitch and yaw rates that are lower than those of the Aurora ship line. All Reliant variants feel extremely drifty when making high-speed turns, but this is felt even more keenly on the Tana. The ship's shields are made up of two size 1 all-stop generators, combining to give the ship a 7,920 hit point shield. While this initially looks like a good amount, putting the Tana's shields in line with the Gladius and Super Hornet, this ship doesn't have the hull durability to match these other fighters. In fact, the Tana's hull is less durable than that of an Anvil Arrow, and you should expect to lose a wing fairly quickly if you engage higher tier fighters or collide with an object. The Tana's other major components consist of a size 1 Regulus power plant, size 1 Beacon quantum jump drive, and two size 1 bracer coolers. While most of the ship's cargo hold is taken up with beds and equipment racks, it does have one SCU of cargo capacity for you to transport high value, low quantity goods or mission boxes. Unfortunately, the Tana also falls short in terms of quantum fuel, carrying only 583 units in the tank, which is the same as an Aurora LN and is enough to jump from Hurston to ArcCorp and back again before needing to refuel. The Tana's base weapons package consists of two fixed size 2 M4A laser cannons under the wings and two gimbaled size 3 M5A laser cannons on the wing tips. The size 3 M5As do some decent damage, but they are positioned on opposite ends of the ship to each other and can prove difficult to keep on target without using the gimbal assist. But if you decide to bring a co-pilot along with you, the gimbaled wingtip guns can now be controlled by the co-pilot. This frees up the pilot to focus on getting the fixed weapons on target and manoeuvring the ship, while also giving the co-pilot controlled guns more movement, essentially turning them into a remote turret. The biggest issue with this is that the wingtip guns don't rotate very quickly, which makes them difficult to keep on a fast moving target. Lastly, the ship's two missile launchers bring a total of 16 size 2 Strike Force 2 missiles, which can output over 13,000 damage, although there is no real animation for them being fired out of the wings yet. If you were looking for gun upgrades, fitting a pair of size 3 Attrition repeaters to the wingtips and a pair of size 2 Attrition repeaters to the wings will give you roughly a 50% increase to overall DPS. However, as the wing mounted guns are fixed, it can be tricky to line them up for shots. In which case, you might want to consider removing the size 2 weapons from the wing and fitting a pair of Varipuck gimbal mounts with size 1 Attrition repeaters attached. This will give you a full gimbaled setup of Attrition repeaters that can output a good amount of sustained DPS and utilise the gimbal aim assist features to its fullest. There is a way of squeezing even more damage out of this ship, but it unfortunately can't be done by buying items in the PU. Changing the Tana's standard Gilroy gimbals on the wingtips to a pair of Toshima turrets will allow you to fit two size 2 Attrition repeaters on the wingtip, boosting your DPS by another 100 points. The catch is that Toshima turrets aren't currently available in game and can only be scavenged off other Reliant core ships that you own. As for upgrading the other components, changing the all-stop shield generators for a pair of ForceWall units will increase the Tana's shields total by 700 points. Swapping the bracer coolers for a pair of zero rush coolers will keep all of those thrusters and guns firing longer, and changing the beacon quantum drive for a FoxFire drive will speed up long distance travel. While the Tana is a light fighter, the ship's current state lends itself more to a small gunship than a dogfighter. It doesn't have the speed, manoeuvrability or durability to last long in a short-range battle. It can, however, fit a lot of guns into its frame and houses a large amount of missiles. With a price tag of $75 or £60, the Tana is a fairly unique weapons platform, but due to some design issues can be a gamble on the battlefield and might be upstaged by less expensive ships. Okay, well, we hope this review has been helpful or informative. If you like the vid, smash that like button and subscribe for more Star Citizen videos. Also, let us know your thoughts about this ship in the comments section below. Bye for now.